Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm here to get a few things off my chest and talk about what's happening with Luton in the Premier League. Whether I think we're going to stay up, whether I think we're going to be playing Championship football next year. Whatever happens, I'm here just to say a few things, and I felt like this video was needed because I've received a few comments. I feel like some people are misunderstanding me a little bit, and I wanted to get a few things off my chest. So firstly, I want Luton to stay up. Of course I do. Why would I want Luton to go down? I wouldn't want that ever to happen. But right now, I think we are going to get relegated. On the basis of the amount of injuries which we've got at the moment. I know these boys are giving 110%. I've never questioned any of the Luton players' work rate this season. I've never questioned it because I know they're trying their best. I know they're giving it their all. And I know that at the end of the day, we are competing against millions and millions of pounds worth of players. You look at Tottenham, they were able to bring on like literally over £100 million worth of players just to make sure they get 3 points at home against little Luton. You know, that's what, I understand that. And I understand with all these injuries, the current group of players and what Rob Edwards is trying to do at Luton, they're trying their best. They're giving it their all. But with the current form which we are currently on, you know, with the amount of games which we have lost and the amount of injuries which we've received at this moment in time, because we've received even more injuries following Tottenham's game. You know, Alfie came off, Reece Burke came off, you know, players that we need to stay fit. We are very short, and what's happening is, because these players are giving it their all, 110% every single game, they're getting injured because they're just being overworked, and we can't rotate these players because the players which we would use to rotate them with, they're currently injured. So I get all that, I really do. I completely understand that. But with that in mind, I just don't think there's enough in the tank. I think we've ran out of fuel. I really do. And this season just simply reminds me of the year we got into the playoffs against Huddersfield and we got knocked out. I remember Elijah Adebayo literally coming on. You know, he was limping. He wasn't even fit to play. He was limping for the last 5 minutes to try and just get us to the final at Wembley. Just give us a little bit of hope. But we just didn't have enough left in the tank. And I honestly think it's just a repeat of that type of season for us. Unfortunately, the injuries have absolutely killed us, especially the key players being out injured. Now, I do think we should have brought more players in January. I really do. And a lot of people are saying we didn't need players. You can't predict injuries. Yes, you can't predict injuries. I get that. 100% get that. But we all knew that Tom Lockyer probably wouldn't have played again. So I felt we should have at least, as a bare minimum, replaced him. We didn't do that. And I felt that was a real shame, because if we did bring that player in, at least you can say we tried, and, you know, proof is in the pudding. We did bring someone else in. Obviously, I can only judge on what I see from the club. The club may have done lots of work behind the scenes. I'm pretty certain they tried their best. They really did. But unfortunately, just couldn't find a player that fit the mould or fit the budget. If they found some, they probably would have brought them in. I 100% get that. I really do. But unfortunately, because we didn't bring a player in, we've suffered really badly. Whereas if we did bring someone in, I don't know, rotation could have been better. Even a new signing, the first day of his training session, he could break his legs and he'd be out for the season. But, you know, that's football. I do get that. Things can happen, worse things can happen, you know, good things can happen. We may have had a bit of luck this year, but unfortunately, we are just running out of luck. We are just getting bad luck upon game. The amount of times I'm walking away from a Premier League game after watching it and thinking, how have we lost that? How we've not got something? Even against Tottenham, I was thinking we could have got a point there. You know, they weren't that good, Tottenham. These boys are players. Honestly, a fully fit squad, we stay up in this Premier League. And I think quite easily as well. I think we finish above Forest, and I think we finish above Brentford. That's how confident I am. But without the key players, I just don't see a world where we actually stay up. That's me just being realistic. I honestly want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. But I just don't see it. I really don't. Of course, You know, we are playing against really difficult teams at the moment. Tottenham, we've got Arsenal coming up. As I'm recording this video, we haven't played Arsenal yet. We've got Man City coming up. And then we've got to play against teams that are, you know, roughly around us in the Premier League. You know, we've got Bournemouth, we've got Brentford coming at home. 2 massive home games. We've got Everton at home, which is going to be a massive one. Okay, point deductions could help us a little bit. But do you really think you can believe in the Premier League to sort that out properly? No. Look at Everton. They appealed their point deductions and they got points back. Look at Nottingham Forest. They cooperated with the Premier League and got rewarded and got given, 2 points taken off them. How does that work? Both clubs have cheated. Actively cheated. Have gone out of their way and overspent. I'm not going to go into like what they actually did. But they cheated, whether you like it or not. They overspent, they broke the rules, they tried to, try and get away with it in a way that, and make sure that the rules weren't clear or whatever they tried to do. But they cheated and they got point deductions. Whether they get more or not, I don't know. But do you really trust the Premier League in making sure that those 2 clubs get punished? I don't think so. I can't trust them. And there may be a situation where after the season's finished, we actually find out what league we're in. And it's going to affect us massively. I know this team is giving it their all. I know that. I really do. And I understand the perspective of coming from the National League all the way up to the Premier League. I get that. It's literally a story of a lifetime. You're probably not going to get another team come even close to doing that. I get that, and the reason why I do my match reactions is you see how passionate I am. You see how, how much it impacts me and how much, I love the football club. I know we're this close. That's why it hurts. That's why sometimes when I come across in my videos, it may sound a little bit harsh. I love the football club. But I just feel like 1 or 2 things have not gone our way this year, which I felt we could have done better, that would have helped us stay up and gave us a much better position. But right now, because we haven't done what I thought we should have done, look, I'm just a fan. I just have my thoughts, I just have my opinions. People may think they may have theirs. I'm not going to always be right, I get that, I don't want to always be right. But I felt we're this close, basically. We're this close to staying up. And people may say, Lewis, look, we're not even down yet. I know we're not. I know we're not. But the problem is, right now, that gap will get bigger. And that's the worry. Because you don't want that gap getting bigger. The bigger the gap gets, the worse it gets. And it makes a mountain for us to climb. And it really does. I'm looking at Brentford and I'm looking at it thinking we're 5 points away from them. I'm not looking at Forest and I'm not looking at Everton because of the point deductions. They may get points back, they may get points taken away. I'm not looking at those 2 clubs because it can be really confusing. I'm looking at Brentford as the team. We're 5 points away from them. I know if we beat them, it becomes 2. However, we still have a few games before then. Do I believe? Of course I do. My heart says we beat Arsenal, for crying out loud, but my head doesn't, unfortunately. Every year I predict Luton to fail and they prove me wrong, and I love that because I love being proven wrong. And the feeling I get is unbelievable when I know that Luton define all the odds, and I hope Luton define all the odds this year. But right now I just don't think it's going to happen. But I hope it does. I really do. I really hope it does. I'm praying every day that Elijah and Lokonga come back to full fitness. I'm praying for that to happen. I really am, and I'm really hoping we can do it. But my head says no. And that's the problem. So I just wanted to get this off my chest. I know these boys are trying. And I know that I'm getting a few comments saying, Lewis, put some perspective on things. I get it. I do get it. But I'm always going to think this way because I just don't think we're going to do it with the current the situation which we're in. I want to be wrong. As I said again, I want to be wrong. But I'm not too sure. I really ain't. And is it the end of the world if we get relegated? No, it's not. I feel like we'll be back again. I really do. Because you don't know when you're next going to be in the Premier League. That's why it hurts a little bit more, because Look at the last time, you know, we were in the top division. It's been a while. It has been a while. I don't want it to be the same again. I know it probably won't be, because we're in a good place. We've got better owners. We're so much better financially. We're so much better as a run football club. I get that, and I know everyone's trying, and I don't want it to come across like I'm slagging them off. I hope we can do it, but right now I just don't think we can. My opinion could change massively in the next 2 weeks, especially if we win some football games. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I feel like I'm getting a lot of people come at me a little bit, and I just don't think you're understanding the way I'm thinking, and hopefully this video explains it a little bit better. But yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you all probably after the Arsenal game, when hopefully Luton get a positive result.